Hey guys. Okay, so I want to get into something with you guys today. So first, could you answer the question why 1 in 4 Americans and in younger populations, I think in Gen Z it's 1 in 3, we're all are mentally ill. 1 in 4 Americans are mentally ill in the United States. Like think about what a disaster this is for our economy. Like think how crazy this is, and I just can't imagine. Like it's just insanity that like those numbers are that high. And personally, because I was one of those diagnosed with actually four of those mental illnesses. um and I could tell you that it's bullshit. A lot of it is bullshit. I would say only 1% of those diagnosed with a mental illness is actually mentally ill. Let me explain. Like, I think it's an engineering problem. Like, our environments are designed in a way that make us feel that make us feel sick. And once you redesign that environment, it just goes all away. Let me get into a few things. Like, I think if you have this shit together, every time I have these variables in place, and some of them I have on a consistent basis, all your mental illness goes away. And if you could show me one person, again, maybe they'll sit in that 1% that I said, that they're legitimately mentally ill. Like, hundreds of years ago, we always had like schizophrenics and like really intense cases. But generally speaking, your SSRIs, bullshit, your fucking Adderall, all that stuff, none of you need this crap. It's just because your environment is severely designed, not well designed. So here are the variables. If you have the following, there's no way you're telling me that you a lot of the issues that you have will go away, in my opinion. So one, you need to have a fucking girlfriend. Like, as a man, you need to have a girlfriend. Again, I broke up with mine recently, but you need to have a fucking girlfriend. Like having a significant other, like, improves your outcomes significantly. Like, it improves your mental illness. It puts it forces you to be a better person. It forces you to not be chaotic. It does just a lot of fucking good to your life. Live alone. Why the fuck are we living alone? You know how many people live alone? Like, if you live in a 1 bedroom, a 2 bedroom, and you're all alone in the house, I don't care what age you are. Like, you're inviting mental illnesses you're inviting problems to your brain. Like, you can't have that shit. Like, at any circumstance. Like, think about this in our history. We never lived alone. Like, when we were hunter gatherers, we were in groups of 150. There was always people around. You just turned your head and there was someone next to you. Like, at all times, whether you were an adult, whether you were old, young, a baby, you always had people around you. It's a fact. And today, you're just alone. You come back to your house, you're alone. You're just, loneliness is bombarded. Of course, it's like saying the following. I don't understand why people don't talk about this. They talk about mental illness, they talk about pills, they talk about therapy, but it's like, well, first fix the core, the fucking root, the root problem. Like, think about this for a second. Imagine you took a dog and you put him in an apartment alone without any humans interacting with this dog or dogs, and you just dispense food to him so he won't die, he'll have the food. I can guarantee you that within like 30 days, or not even, maybe a week, the dog will fucking lose its mind. It will start barking and start going literally crazy, and start getting what you would call mental illnesses, like, over time, and it'll get worse and worse and worse the longer that happens. And I just don't understand what we're always applying all this like rocket science stuff to mental illness. It's like, dude, do you live alone? Yes. Fucking don't live alone, and you'll see a lot of your life will get better. I have done that before, and it just improved my life significantly. Okay, the other one is like deep relationships. Like, we all have transactional relationships. Like, it's such a fucking big problem. And this is why I'm pro religion. Even if you don't believe in it, go go be part of some religion, because it forces non-transactional relationships. Like, people there will be with you because they have, like, you both have the same meaning. So, um again, at work, all the friendships that you have, they're transactional. People throw you under the bus for the right reasons, right? To get a promotion. You don't want to have those friendships. It feels bad. It makes you sick. It makes you feel lonely. Having that is a big fucking problem. You gotta stop doing that. Go, even if you fucking don't believe in God, don't believe in Jesus, don't believe in Judaism, whatever it is that your religion is or you're interested in, join it, because over there you'll make actual real friendships, like people that invite you for in my case for Shabbat or whatever, they'll invite you for dinners and holidays and all that. And the friendships over there are not transactional. You need to not have transactional friendships. Like I said, purpose. Like, man, I think religion, like Nietzsche was right. When God died, it just caused a big fucking problem in society. I think not having a religion, not having meaning is it was really like just negative for us. So join a religion. That will give you purpose. It will solve loneliness. It will solve a lot of those issues that I was mentioning, and just it gives you something to believe in. It gives you meaning. Having meaning is huge. We all know this. I don't have to say it. Another one is discipline. Like that's a hard one. I have a trick, and I'm releasing a product for that very soon to like force discipline on you. But I think having discipline is the most important thing by far. You got to stick to that. Okay, victimhood. I like to call this one the victimhood industrial complex. Everything around you, whether it's YouTube related to ADHD, whether it's related to any mental illness, there's people that love to identify, like, I have ADHD. If you go on Reddit all day, like ADHD Reddit, all day people are just sitting there and talking about how tough it is having ADHD. Like fucking ADHD, when I wake up in the morning, it's very hard for me to do. It's hard for everybody, dude. They want to make their weakness their identity, like it's like a sickness in our society. We want to fucking um make our identity our weaknesses, like as our perceived weaknesses. So I have ADHD, that's who I am, it defines me. Like Michael, well, I'm an ADHD person, and they like to identify with it. They don't want to get out of it. So they like to go to talk about the pills and to talk about how the therapy did. Stop being a fucking victim. I don't care what happened in your life, you're not a fucking victim. If I told you my shit, everyone has shit. Everyone has terrible lives. Everyone has gone through something. You're not special. The second you stop being a victim, a lot of this stuff goes away as well. And that's it. That's how I want to end the video. Like 99% of this shit is like, if you guys don't have a mental illness, I believe 100% is fake news. I think if you engineer your environment better, where you're not lonely, where you have all these basics, all this shit goes away. And I make a lot of videos about ADHD and all that stuff and how you can resolve it without meds. 100% I believe all this shit is like fake news. And unfortunately, they're sucking money and time and fucking up your life because of because of your belief system around that. So stop making your weakness, your perceived weaknesses as your identity. Your identity is way more than that. You're worth way more than a fucking, some diagnosis from some fake diagnosis that's not even falsifiable. All right, guys. Peace out. Subscribe to me.